Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. It's been forever ago since I was here. I am back. Long story short, let's get into it. So we're starting with an overall energy here. We're just going to go deeper and deeper into the message. And you're going to have plenty of time to figure out whether this is your reading or not. To decide if you want to come to the extended, more like in depth, going further into the message reading. I'm going to talk a little bit at the end about two choices to where to find those, because I've added another choice. And also where to find my new channel, my true north, with some chakra breathing right now. Legends, learn from those who inspire you. Just give me a moment. So I'm very drawn to the woman who's sitting in the water here, the woman who sits in the creek. And if we can, like she sits in the creek and she is a little bit bored. Can you see that? I see her being bored here today. There's a frog sitting to my left, to her right. There's a little frog, and there's a troll in sort of inviting her, offering her crystals. She's a little bit guarded. I mean, this used to be my like sort of narcissist versus empath card. I moved away from that a little bit though, but it feels like she's guarded. She's on her watch. We have a frog, like I said, so maybe Taurus kissed a lot of frogs. She's being presented to new stuff that looks good. It looks shiny and sparkly, and it might be something to it. But she remembers the lizard. She remembers, like, I remember the past, so I don't know about that. So is this truly about relationships? Is this really about, like, it feels like you're a little bit fed up with the situation. Like whatever situation you're in, you're a little bit fed up with it. Are you fed up with people coming to you like asking you? Like one aspect is like people could ask you out, literally asking Taurus out. Whether you're a woman or a man, they can ask you out and you're like, oh, I'm over being asked out. I mean, it's a good privilege. It's not too bad that if that is your biggest, thing. It can also be that other people are very like concerned. They're sort of putting their nose in places it shouldn't be put. To sort of say, shouldn't you get out? Shouldn't you date? Shouldn't you go out? And you're like, no. I remember too much of the past. I'm very, very happy about where I am. I'm not too interested. And then we have the divine sort of overlooking everything. Like the divine is there sort of like, but we have it all under control. Like we are steering it in the right direction. We are like whatever they're doing back there. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's see what this is all about. Interesting. Why is this here for Taurus, please? Is it really about relationships? Is it about something completely different? Solitude. Yeah, feels like you just want to be left alone. You've had your tower moment. So there's a story about something has been tough in the past, definitely been tough in the past, and it has left you a little bit, maybe not guarded, but it has left you very, very decisive, knowing what you want. And it's like, whether it's about relationships or whether it's about business inquiries or friendships or like opportunities knocking at your door, it feels like before you entertain anything like that, or saying yes to anything, you're very, very particular in what you invite. Does that make sense? Like what will enter your door is not much. Okay, so I will give you an analogy that maybe fits so that you understand what I'm talking about, so that it's not like I'm very particular, like down to the movies that I choose. For me personally, down to the movies that I choose, I am very caring when it comes to like what I'm exposing myself to. Like I'm not gonna sit and watch like for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, a really like a horror movie. It will just never happen because it's just not worth it to me to scare myself like that, to put myself in such a bad vibration. And it's just not worth it. And if it's too heavy or too traumatized or too like heavy in that sense, I won't watch it either. It has to be like, it has to have a purpose. Why do I watch this? You would never have me like randomly just put on a movie and whatever was delivered to me was delivered. No. It's like carefully. And it's the same thing with people. I'm a very like, I don't have many friends, but the friends I have, like they're carefully chosen. And I don't want to sound arrogant or come across as arrogant, and I don't want to have you sound now arrogant, because that's not it. It's just that you're very, very careful. And you might not even think about it now when I'm feeling into it. You might not even think about you're doing it, that you're quite a lot on your own, and that you're like have very particular tastes in books, in movies, in music, in if you look around, like what do you have around you? Can it just be stuff thrown at you? No, you have to, if there's a vase or a vase that you don't really like, you wouldn't keep it. Because if it doesn't add that purity to your life, it's like Taurus is not interested. And this is very much like, this is the Solitude card, so it sort of very much implies that, okay, so you like to be on your own, and you have that solitude phase in your life right now. Maybe you've been having it for quite some time. And you're very particular, like you're very on what to choose and what to do, who to invite, who not to invite, what to invite, what energy do you bring in, and what do you say no to. Why is this here for Taurus, please? What else can we give them around this? So I'm getting yin, number 2. So this is very much like feminine energy to me. What this states to me here, together with the other cards, is just that there's a feeling of, so when I say, okay, there's a particular way that you're choosing what you can have around you, and there's like, you don't find just anything and everything around Taurus. You're going to choose it so that it's pure, that it's clear, and that it's pure and clean. I also want to add soft. If there's any type of harshness around you right now, like you can't deal. Like it's just like Taurus just need, and again, it's just because it's feminine energy, it doesn't have to do with the fact that you're a woman or a man. It's feminine energy. It's like it's just a way of, if there's a person that comes across too harshly, like you will back away quicker than ever. If there's anything that it just feels like it can't be harsh right now. It can't be tough. It can't be argumentative. It can't be like, it needs to be soft and kind. If you're not in this space, if you're not in this situation where it is soft and kind and pure, you probably are not liking it. Like you probably are even to the point where your body is starting to react. Like the body can't be around certain things or certain people before it starts to react, like with diseases or with tension or with whatever. And I just feel like if you haven't already pulled away from it, it looks like you have. It looks like you're in solitude, like a little bit of hermit mode. It looks like you have already made that decision, or just, like I said, it might be even that you don't even notice that you're doing it. It's just so natural to Taurus to do that, so that you just have already done that. If you haven't, you have noticed it, and listen to this is like, that's right. I need to move away from certain people. I need to move away from certain situations. And it's not to sort of shelter yourself from the world, or to lock yourself up, because there will always be some harsh energies out there. There will always be people that are going through whatever they're going through, right? So there's going to always be some of the energies out there that you sort of don't like. So it's not about, and then we have to move away from that. Well, then you have to start to move away from basically everything that exists. And maybe you felt that at times. I can't even freaking be out there because it's just stuff and harsh energy everywhere. I mean, that is just so that you can strengthen your own energies, and that you can strengthen your own like love cord in yourself, and come in way more strong in the balance between light and dark, and the just the overall alignment in your body, so that you can then face, or then not be so bombarded or so affected with other people's energies. Interesting. Okay, what else can we tell Taurus about this situation, please? I also get that there's something that made you pull away, like this feels a little bit more like in the past, It feels like there's something that caused you to pull away, to like go into your own space and just figure stuff out on your own, and almost like on purpose doing exactly what I said, that eventually you just have to shelter yourself, or shut yourself off from everyone. But it feels like for a bit there, you probably did. You probably like, I just get this feeling of, I don't want to participate with you guys for a bit. I don't necessarily dislike you, is what I'm feeling. Like, I don't necessarily dislike you. I just need to do this for myself for a bit. I just need to go on this journey on my own, and just stay there. And I'm just right now, I see you offering what you're offering, but I'm just not interested. I also see it's like you see through everyone. It's like I see you for who you are. I see you for who you are. You're the lizard, you're the frog, you're the crystal. Like, but it's almost like it's equally, like it doesn't matter, because that's not the point. Right then, it wasn't the point. The point was you just needed that time for yourself. But I feel like that has passed, and we're now in a situation where you're still sort of somewhat in solitude, and you still want your hermit situation. But now it's a little bit different on what you're inviting into your life. That solo journey is not, it's over, I feel. But you're still not out there with others. But that might not be a choice anymore. That might not be like, okay, I don't want to be out there with others. It just hasn't happened yet. So what else can we tell Taurus about this situation, please? Wow. Page of Gabriel. We're turning the page to something new here. We got the Chariot, so we have full speed ahead. We're moving forward, and it's success on the horizon. With the High Priestess and the King of Raphael. we're starting with the page of Gabriel. This is, it says, follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So that together with the Chariot, it's like there is full steam ahead. There is new. You've been on an inward journey. I feel for a lot of you, it has been like an emotional journey. Like it has been like not that something specific has happened around you, and not that something certain people are just the way that they are, so you decided, I don't want to see you. It feels like for some of you, it has just been an internal journey. Like you have just wanted to be on your own, and you have chosen like a hermit situation for a bit. For some of you guys, it might be like 30%, if we're talking about percentage here. But like for some of you guys, I feel like there is something in particular happening, but this is a little bit in the past. Something in particular happened, and you just want to figure it out yourself. It's not something against someone else, like you're bad, you're good, I'm going to choose you because it feels better or lighter. It feels like you just did just everyone. Like, no. Whether you're good or bad, I'm not interested right now. I have to go on this inner journey right now because I need to figure this one out myself. I'll be back in a bit, and then I start to see, again, who I want to interact with. But right now, I don't want to interact with anyone because I just want to go on this journey on my own. And so you went on that journey on your own, and then it's like now we're sort of on a similar page here for all Taurus. It's like you're on this still quite on your own. It doesn't mean that you're isolated or that you don't interact. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have like a partner, maybe like whatever it is the situation. You might spend time with friends even in this hermit mode, but it's still like a solo journey. It's still like more focus on you. And now we reached the very place, like a few hours ago or right now when you're listening to this, it's time for the new. It's time for the next phase, like turning the page to something new. New messages coming in, new energy seeking you out, wanting you, almost like, okay, we need to now push Taurus out of the solitude hermit nest to like get going again. And so we're turning the page there with Gabriel, and we are having the Chariot, which is just beautiful. So whatever you're now taking on is really successful. It's really starting to pick up pace. We're moving forward now. And that can be a relationship. That can be a business. That can be something different. But I think as an overall, I think that's Taurus. I think it's Taurus that is picking up speed. Taurus is moving forward. Taurus is moving into success. Not to say that it has not been successful, that when you were on your own, you needed to be on your own for a bit, and to be in solitude and to be in hermit mode for a bit. But now we need to sort of change gears a little bit and like come into something different. Together with the High Priestess is so Taurus today. Powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. And I see her as very, very motherly here today. Very motherly. I know the Empress comes across as a mother figure, but the High Priestess to me today comes out as very motherly. And I can't say that's for both women and men. As I said that, I could though. Okay, so I'm getting like the very thing, like the mama bear, motherly. So if there's a man that feels very like protective of their children, feels like Papa Bear, like Mama Bear, but I'm a man, then yes, it applies to you too. But it's like a very Mama Bearish feeling. And it's very Taurus, like Taurus has been a little bit secretive. I don't think you even mean to be secretive. Introvert, like it's a little bit of a secretive introvert High Priestess Taurus. And if there's people around you that just, if there's a person around, when you have been the way that you've been up until this point, like just focusing on yourself and really caring so much about what other people think about what you have been doing. And there's a person around you that is not very self-assured. They don't have really a lot of confidence, but they're seeking your approval. It's going to be freaking tough to be around you. It's like when Taurus gets into that introverted, introspected, secretive, doesn't mean to, secretive, mama bear place. That's going to have the little bit like not so confident person very unsettled. And it's not your job to have other people feel settled. I'm just saying this is very much Taurus. This is very much describing Taurus right now. Like there's a little bit of secrecy, introvertness going on. You don't even mean to, but it has been that way for a bit. But now it's like, again, it's time to come out of that zone. Let's say this instead. If you want to, there's room for you to come out of that zone. King of Raphael is here. It even says, yes, it's safe to trust. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Together with follow your passion, you are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. Those are very much the same energy. Page of Gabriel and King of Raphael. It's just saying, okay, next phase, next chapter, next page. Let's now enjoy some extrovertedness. Maybe you never get it to be an extrovert, but like you want to just now start to enjoy more, at least. I'm going to move this into the extension. If there's anyone feels that you're like, yeah, I get what you're talking about, you're so welcome to the extension. Long story short, I moved my extended readings to the Buy Me a Coffee place. I've listed it all down in the description box. It's based on donations, but I've kept Vimeo for the rest of the time that I have a contract with them, which is until I think it's around August. And I lower the price, or I almost even split it in half. So I really have lowered the price on Vimeo. So it's a feel where you want to go. If you're interested in the extension, if you still want to go to Vimeo, go there. You can't buy it anymore. You can only rent. And you can rent for 48 hours. Or you come to Buy Me a Coffee. Then I put the link down into my True North, where we go into breathing through our chakras. It's the 9 chakras, and we're breathing ourselves into alignment. If that sounds interesting, go check it out. But right now, I'm going to move to the extension and see what else I can find for you. So you're welcome there. If not, thank you so much for watching. Bye, Taurus.